Everything you know about Christmas is wrong. Christmas. Christmas is a traditional Christian holiday celebrated on December 25th. There are many traditions and beliefs about Christmas that are assumed to be eternal, unchanging aspects of the holiday, but in reality there are many misconceptions which I will explain. Jesus wasn't born on Christmas Day. There is no verse in the Bible that ever says Jesus was born on December 25th, or in the winter at all. The fact that shepherds were grazing with their sheep even shows this was likely the spring or summer season. Church Father Clement of Alexandria records that people believed Jesus was born between April and May. The idea that Jesus was born specifically on December 25th does not appear until a chronograph made in 354 AD. Different Christmas days. The date of Christmas is not monolithic due to different calendar dating conventions. The West celebrates Christmas on December 25th, but the Armenian Orthodox celebrate it on January 6th and Eastern Orthodox Church celebrates it on January 7th. Saturnalia. Saturnalia was a polytheistic Roman festival that was celebrated at the end of December in the Temple of Saturn. People would give gifts to each other and celebrate the winter solstice. Many scholars believe the holiday of Christmas was created to replace Saturnalia. Census of Emperor Augustus never happened. In the Christmas nativity story, Caesar Augustus commanded a census of the Roman Empire requiring everyone to return to their place of birth, causing Joseph and Mary to return to Bethlehem. However, there is no historical evidence that an empire-wide census ever happened that required families to return to their ancestral locations. Another error is that the Gospel account of Luke states this happened during the reign of King Herod, who ruled from 5 BC to 1 AD, but also mentions Quirinius as governor of Syria, who was not appointed until 6 AD, so this event is impossible. Wise men. The Nativity very often is assumed to contain 3 wise men who traveled to visit Jesus on the night of his birth. However, the Gospel account does not mention the number of wise men or their date of visit to Jesus. The Gospel of Matthew says the wise men visited Jesus in a house, not a manger, and Jesus is a young child and not an infant, which implies this was some time after the birth of Jesus when his family had found a proper home. Mary didn't ride a donkey into Bethlehem. The popular image of the Christmas story has Mary riding on a donkey, but the Bible never mentions this. This idea came from the book The Proto-Evangelium of James, which is considered a heretical Gnostic forgery by the Church. No innkeeper turned Mary and Joseph away. In the popular idea of the nativity story, there is a stern innkeeper who turns Joseph and Mary away from his inn because he claims there is no more room. However, in the Gospel account there is no innkeeper and no inn at all. Instead, Mary and Joseph are forced away themselves because of lack of guest room at the census. Xmas. Xmas is not a secular attempt to remove Christ from Christmas. X is the first Greek letter in Christus or Christ, so Xmas and Christmas mean the same thing. Christians banned Christmas. Christians banned Christmas at multiple points in history. In 1647, the Parliament of England officially banned Christmas because of the Christian government led by Oliver Cromwell. Later in 1659, Christians banned Christmas in the colony of Massachusetts. Merry Christmas. The phrase "a Merry Christmas" is not an ancient saying. The first time it was ever used was in a private letter in 1534 between Bishop John Fisher and Thomas Cromwell. It did not become popularized until the 1843 Charles Dickens novels A Christmas Carol. Christmas trees. Christmas trees were not a part of tradition for most of Christmas history. They were not invented until the 16th century in Germany and were not widely used until the 19th century after being used by Queen Victoria. Jingle bells. The song Jingle Bells was written by Confederate soldier James Lord Pierpont in 1857 as a song for Thanksgiving, not Christmas. Saint Nicholas. Saint Nicholas was a Christian saint in the 3rd and 4th centuries and is believed to be the inspiration for the Christmas figure of Santa Claus. However, in reality there was also the inspiration of the Norse god Odin, who delivered gifts in a sleigh pulled by an 8-legged horse during the winter celebration of Yuletide. These combined with other pre-Christian figures like the Slavic Dead Morrows, Old Man Frost, to create the figure of Santa Claus. The North Pole. Contrary to popular belief, the North Pole was not historically associated with Santa or Christmas at all. This association only began in 1823 with the poem "'Twas the Night Before Christmas," which vaguely mentioned a northern snowy residence. The North Pole was not specifically linked until the 1860s with cartoons by Thomas Nast. Thanks for watching. I will make my next video about the difficulty of monotheistic morality.